I'm well psyched, mate. This is going to be good. Ah, the Tour de France, the pinnacle of bike racing and one of the hardest sporting events in the world. But is it as hard as it should be? I mean, this is the bottom of what will be the final climb in this year's race, the 2019 edition. Potentially the scene for an epic showdown in the fight for the yellow jersey. And what a location. I mean, this is a 33-kilometre long climb all the way up to Val Thorens, which is the highest ski resort in the Alps, an eye-watering 2,370 metres.
It's not that bad.
It's not. Is this another of these, oh, America, we've got huge mountains things, Jeremy?
No, I mean, although we do, Val Thorens is only the beginning. We think if you've got the bike and the legs, you can go all the way to the top of Cime des Corons, which means that the entire climb would be 40 kilometers long, averaging 6.5%, but the last 8 kilometers would be all gravel. And you would be, it's really steep.
That sounds great.
Yes, it does, Sai. Riding gravel has taken the world over lately, but one area that's not really talked about, and I'm not sure why, is the high mountains of Europe. I can't understand it. There's a huge network of amazing roads and trails that go far beyond the limits of tarmac, right up the ridgelines into the top of these beautiful summits.
As Jeremy said, we think that you are going to need the right bike for this little escapade. Your standard Tour de France superbike just might not cut the mustard, although we don't actually know yet. This dirt is from last night's warm-up ride. Anyway, as you can see, we have come prepared. Look, the French manufacturer have very kindly loaned us a couple of bikes. Now, they've got a lot of pedigree in the Tour de France, including being able to claim that they made the first ever carbon fibre bike to win the race. But this has come a long way since then. This is the 765 Gravel RS.
Although these bikes look the same, mine is actually the Look E765. Sai has basically brought a knife to a gunfight. Mine has an electric motor, the Fazua Ovation. I got an e-bike, baby. Take that, Tour de France riders. Ow!
Seriously, can someone explain to me why Jeremy has the e-bike? The climb to Val Thorens, or Cime des Corons, starts in a place called Moutier, a quintessential alpine town. The croissants are unmistakably French, and the coffee too is unmistakably French. Here's hoping that by the time we get back, it'll be time not for pastries though, but for pasty and raclette, a local delicacy of potatoes smothered in molten cheese. This road up to the ski resort is a dead end when you ultimately get there, which means, other than you got to come back the same way, is that traffic is really light, almost non-existent, in fact.
Yeah, it is 33 kilometers on tarmac to the top at an average gradient of 5%. It's a slow burn.
Yeah, it's a grind, isn't it?
You want to hold my wheel and I'll keep in eco mode and I'll go hard.
Okay, let's do it. Please tell me you're pressing on the pedals.
I'm pressing on the pedals, but still, this is eco. This is what, 50 maybe?
You guys still here? We're gonna be here for a while. You might want to come back in like an hour or so, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, wow. You know what, mate? One of those is Cime de Caron.
Wow, that looks really far away.
Doesn't it, Jeff?
We're about halfway now, and you haven't missed much. It's absolutely brutal, and it's not to say it isn't beautiful, because it is, but it's just so long.
Oh man, isn't it just? It's a little ironic, I think, Jeremy, given how hard this climb is, and given that it's the final climb of what is countless other super hard climbs in the Tour de France, that we even entertain the question about whether the race could or should be harder. But there is a good reason for it, and that's that when the Tour started out 116 years ago, it was intended to be utterly brutal. Stages lasted 17 hours. They raced through the night, funnily enough on gravel tracks, and on bikes that were twice as heavy as ours today, and there wasn't even a hint of an electric motor, let alone one that puts out 250 watts.
So yes, I was doing the math last night, and this is only weighing in 4 more kilograms for this whole setup, and that has blown my mind, because that offsets like 80 extra kilograms, which is a ton. I could weigh 80 extra kilos.
And with that motor would mean you're going the same speed.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we're getting close to Val Thorens now, Sai, and the pavement is about to end, and we're about to hit that gravel. It is high up here, though. Oof, man, the altitude is kicking in.
Not much oxygen.
Do I sense a bit of weakness? Oh my gosh, dude, if this was the Tour, I would attack the crap out of you right now.
There he is, the king of Val Thorens.
Welcome.
Oh man, that was some climb.
It really is, yeah. That is a serious one. How you feeling?
Pretty tired. You can give me a hand. Oh. Well, this might not be the exact place that the Tour de France stage is going to finish, but it feels appropriately symbolic, doesn't it? We're on a bench with Val Thorens written on it.
Pretty sick.
Just out of interest, how much battery have you got left?
I didn't have it on.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't use it. All right, I'm joking. I did use it.
Don't do that to me, man.
I'm joking.
Don't do that to me.
No, I still got like 60 or 70% left, and yeah, it's sweet. I've been kind of saving it because I know that the big stuff is coming. We've got like 8 kilometers of gravel left, and that's where it's gonna get really steep, and I'm gonna want that engine.
Right, go on then.
Woo. You ready to hit it? Let's go, man. Let's do it. Ow! So I'm just gonna let a little bit of pressure out, because when I was doing the long road section to get here, I wanted that more road-like feel, and this bike does have that feeling, especially with that higher pressure. Now that we're gonna hit the gravel though, I wanna get down to like 35 pounds of pressure. These tires are 37C, but this bike can hold up to 50 or even more probably if you put 650Bs on it.
This rather unprepossessing looking spot is literally apparently where the Tour's going to finish. Very conveniently, it also marks the start of our gravel extra adventure. They could literally, Jeremy, just keep on going.
Woohoo! I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, Sam, let's do it!
Yeah, I'm well psyched, mate. This is going to be good.
I'm excited.
I love an adventure.
It's so awesome!
days. This is a very good excuse to stop right now. The road's kind of split. I think ours, judging from what the computer's telling us, is going up this way. And it looks pretty savage, mate. What do you reckon?
Oh, do you see how insanely steep that's gonna be?
I do see how insanely steep that's gonna be.
I honestly don't know if we're riding bikes up that.
Well, is that road bikeable, what we've just done?
Everything's road bikeable, but it's definitely not gonna be a nice ride. And it doesn't mean that you won't get a ton of flats. No, that's gravel territory. Anytime you see big chunks, this is, in my opinion, that's gravel territory.
So we're gonna have to factor some kind of bike change scenario into our Tour de France pitch here.
That's right.
I don't know, you know.
Which I'm getting really excited about the idea of this. Think about it like when they're doing that TT thing and then they like decide, okay, we need a lighter bike and not as much aerodynamics. They switch to the road bike, really light road bike, boom. Now they're on the road bike, do a quick switch. Imagine if they were doing that. Like they finish here, Bernal, Froome, Nibali, Thomas, they're all at the bottom and then boom, they come into it as a group and then they switch to their gravel bikes, their 40C gravel bikes, and then they start going bananas with this to climb to the top of one of these. Like, can you imagine the way the crowds would be? And no, seriously, just think about that, like, ah!
You are painting quite the picture, Jeremy. I'm sold. When we get to the top, mate, we'll concoct some kind of pitch to the ASO and
I think so.
We'll sell it to them.
I think we could do it.
Yeah.
I think I could do it. I have a lot of energy for this. Let's do it.
And you know what? If the tour doesn't go for it, maybe we could just organise something.
This could be Ave Air territory.
Yeah.
These final few kilometres are ridiculously steep. You can see we're really grinding up, and honestly, we hadn't quite expected it to be this tough. That is the reason we left the gearing on our bike set up for, well, the kind of riding that we normally do, and not this venture into mountain bike territory.
We've seen Froome do this before, it's fine.
But that said, at less than 9 kilos, I'm definitely benefiting from the lighter weight of my bike compared to a mountain bike. And as for Jeremy, well, I can officially tell you that he is finally in rocket mode, which means he's getting up to an extra 400 watts. And he needs everyone, frankly, because we're now close to 3,000 meters in altitude, and I could do with a few extra myself.
I tell you what, Jeremy, you're absolutely killing me on your e-bike.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I mean, I have kept it in eco mode for you.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe on one section I bumped it up, but I have to say, this thing is so much fun. Oh, it hurts.
Go, Jeremy! This is like a wall. E-bike or no, that is a mighty impressive bit of riding. You have no idea how steep this is. Okay, let's be clear. We're not suggesting the Tour de France is easy, not by a long shot. I mean, neither of us have ever ridden it, so we can't actually say. But the fact is, this is utterly, bonkersly epic. The question is, do we want the Tour de France to go back to those days where it used to pioneer new ground, riding over the hardest climbs that were imaginable on bicycles?
I don't think we do. I think it's pretty sweet the way it is, but as much as I want to see it come up here, and as much as I would love it, and I think the fans would freak out. I mean, we were both talking about this. I'm not sure that it's safe.
No. The fact is, it is pretty extreme up here. I mean, admittedly, we're pretty soft. We live at sea level. But if you've got 750,000 fans up here, you've got like a gazillion tour personnel and infrastructure and teams. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure it's going to happen. But something needs to race up here, Jeremy. Something on 2 wheels, whether that be gravel bikes or mountain bikes, something needs to come up here, and we need to be able to watch it streamed live on the internet.
It would be crazy.
It would be crazy. So let us know in the comment section if you would like to see that happen. In the meantime, stick with us, because we've got a 42-kilometer long descent, my good man. Right, you go first, mate. No, Jeremy, it's that way. It's a double black, apparently.
Have fun with that, buddy.
Jeremy? Jeremy! Well, as you can see, we haven't quite made it to the bottom of the Val Thorens descent. A bit of an afternoon thunderstorm, hot chocolate emergency, that kind of vibe. But we'll finish it off later.
I'm having a proper English tea, Si, and it's delicious.
You think you're having an English tea?
Chef Pepe did not disappoint.
This is the French Alps, Jeremy. I highly doubt it. But anyway, what an amazing ride that has been.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed watching it too. We hope you have.
And if you want to check out the bikes that we were riding, Ali did a bit of a presentation about them.
He did, yeah. We normally call them videos, but yeah, Ollie did a presentation about them. Go check them out.